Farm life can be slow-paced, but there are times when farmers discover the most unexpected things under their fields.
There's proof yourself. It's all cornered off.
Extraterrestrial visitors, unbelievable figures, terrifying life forms, and much more. So hold on, because this was just a trailer, and you don't want to miss what else our farmers have discovered that shocked the whole world. Moving on, a group of friends was out collecting corn in the fields of New Zealand when they saw something weird. There was a strange object hidden deep within the cornfield. This Independence Day all over again? They decided to move closer for a better look. Just as they neared the object, the UFO suddenly took off, speeding into the sky faster than they could react. In its wake, it left a large portion of the cornfield flattened, with many crops damaged from the force of its departure. Now, people are disputing the authenticity of the video on social media. Some people also say that this is actually how these crop circles are formed. What do you think about it? Mysterious UFO. A man was driving near a forest in South Africa when he suddenly heard a loud noise that sounded like a spaceship. A short while later, he saw a large UFO parked on the forest floor. Yes, this is very much real what you are witnessing here. It seemed clear that the noise he had heard earlier was from the craft landing. But what was this ship from outer space doing in such a remote area? Was it looking for something? He took out his phone and started recording.
Well, there you go. There's proof yourself. It's all cornered off.
There was a research center nearby which might be interested in this strange find, so he made sure to capture as much detail as possible, though he kept his distance. UFO flight. While conducting research in a quiet area of China, a group of scientists encountered a UFO hovering just above the ground. It was a large, circular object which looked like it had weapons mounted on its outer layer. The spaceship-type object floated low over the landscape. Its round shape and smooth movement made it clear to the scientists that they were looking at a UFO. It appeared as though the craft was preparing to land. However, as soon as the UFO seemed to notice the scientists, it changed direction and moved away. Mysterious lights. Nothing is creepier than mysterious lights appearing out of nowhere. One evening, in a small, quiet village, a man stood outside his home when bright flashes of light suddenly beamed down from above. It was a glowing, yellow, rhythmic light, like some unearthly signal. As the man strained to focus, he realized that one particularly sharp beam burned the place, and a mist started rising slowly from there. He wanted to capture the source of light, but nothing was visible. No matter how hard he tried, neither the camera nor his eyes could pick up any hovering craft or the glowing beam. Gwalior Field Mystery. Ever seen something fall from the sky and just know it's not from around here? In a quiet village in Gwalior, a local farmer found a mysterious gray sphere while working in his field. The ball-shaped object looked like something from another world. It had a strange metallic surface. He was unsure of what it was, or if it posed a threat, so the farmer wisely kept his distance. Word spread quickly. No one could tell whether it was from space, or maybe just lost tech. But one thing was clear. This is one strange discovery. Triangle-shaped spaceship. Take a second to imagine looking up and seeing a black, triangular UFO quietly hovering above you. How scary would that be? Well, that's what happened to a shepherd in a quiet Australian meadow. As he grazed his herd, he spotted the strange, sleek object moving in silent circles. Its design was very weird. It makes us wonder if it was some advanced technology or perhaps something out of this world. Because I have not seen anything like this, and I am quite the airplane enthusiast. The UFO floated for a while there. Could it really have been from another planet? Whatever it was, it was. It sure was intriguing. UFO spotted by kids. In this next video, which was captured in August 2018, a group of kids playing near a cliff in Hawaii saw a triangular UFO with a strange ball-shaped object attached to its front. It was moving above them. The UFO seemed to be acting strange, almost as if it was trying to land but couldn't quite manage it. It hovered in place for a while, shifting in different directions before disappearing into the distance. What a great experience it must have been for the children. Gray-faced alien. In this next video, we have a local who spotted a strange shadow in the distance. He quickly hid behind a tree and started filming. As he zoomed in, his heart skipped. There it was, an alien. When looked closely, this thing had a sleek black body and large unblinking eyes staring directly at him. This made him panic because he had never seen anything like this before. He turned and ran from there, but he had the feeling that the alien was chasing him. Later, while driving down a quiet road, he felt something again. Standing at the roadside was the same alien watching him. It felt as though the creature had been following him. What do you think? Picnic surprise. In this next video from India, we have a mysterious spaceship from another world that landed in a park where a few friends were having a picnic. They heard loud and strange noises cutting through, sounding like something heavy had just landed nearby. The UFO looks very technologically advanced. While the people there were analyzing it, they ducked behind some bushes because they did not know what to do if they got caught by the aliens. Suddenly, a small alien comes outside from the UFO. The alien has thin limbs and a very creepy shaped head. Floating orbs.
Get back.
Would you keep walking if floating orbs started following you in a forest? One afternoon, a group of friends ventured into the woods to gather herbs, but what started as a peaceful outing quickly turned eerie. Out of nowhere, a large black orb silently hovered behind them. It was strangely keeping pace with them. At first, they dismissed it as an illusion, but reality soon set in. The thing was following them. Only when they came out of the forest did the orb stop following them. Strange black object. Here we have another person who came across a weird black ball-shaped object on the ground. How many of these even are there? And why haven't I found any? It had small holes and strange hair-like fibers on its surface. And it looked almost like something from Mars. What really caught his eye, though, was that something inside seemed to be hatching. Strange, right? Could it be an alien baby? He aimed his flashlight at that thing. As soon as the light hit it, the creature that was emerging quickly pulled back, almost as if it was scared by the sudden brightness. After that, the man did not want to get too close. He later contacted local experts to examine the unusual find. What do you think it was? Alien in bushes. This next video comes from near a highway in India where a strange creature appeared and made its home in the bushes. From the looks of it, it doesn't resemble any known animal. Its appearance is so odd, I mean, just look at it. The thing's features are so unusual, unlike anything seen in the local wildlife. It really looks alien to me. Alien in backyard. England has witnessed some really mysterious UFO sightings, but this one definitely takes the cake. In a quiet area of the hills, a man was suddenly awakened by unusual sounds coming from his backyard. Being English, he obviously decided to check it out. He switched on his flashlight and started looking around. Out of nowhere, he spotted two bright eyes shining from the grass. As he moved closer, he was shocked to see a face that seemed completely alien. He couldn't believe he had encountered a real alien right in his own yard. How would you react in this situation? Mysterious object. We are back in another field, but this time it's in Mexico. A farmer was strolling through the cornfields when he noticed something strange up in the sky. He grabbed his camera and began filming. The object resembled a classic UFO surrounded by a peculiar electrical distortion that made it look otherworldly. As he zoomed in, he saw the UFO's interesting design. It had a circular shape with a ring around it. The video clearly showed this incredible object floating above, and it looked like a mini satellite with some kind of energy field around it. Farmer encounter alligator. Be afraid of calm waters because something along the same lines could happen to you, too. This clip was filmed by a farmer irrigating his fields when suddenly a huge alligator burst onto the scene. Just look how big it was. The man, visibly fearful, decided to back away. The clip ended there, but according to the uploader, the man was perfectly fine. Black ball. What would you do if something other than rain fell from the sky? A man cleaning a park in Florida saw a large black ball fall from the sky. The object was about the size of a football and looked unusual, with hair-like strands sticking out of it and small holes covering its surface. It had a strange appearance, like it was part of some spaceship. The man decided to record a video of the object with his phone. He thought it must be some alien stuff. I mean, who wouldn't? He quickly contacted local scientists, hoping they would come to examine the object and find out more about its origin. Caged alien.
It's so weird.
In this next video, we have a farmer who has caged this mysterious and creepy thing. It was actually trying to eat the farmer's dog, so without hesitation, the farmer grabbed a trap and caged the beast, dragging it to his basement. The thing thrashed and snarled while its claws scraped the metal bars. What even is that thing? It looks very mutant, and its eyes are hollow as well. Blob. While strolling along a beach in Spain, a man found a large, blob-like creature lying in the sand. The odd thing had what looked like eyes scattered across its entire surface, giving it a very eerie appearance. The man inspected it more closely. The creature seemed alien, like it didn't belong in this world. Unsure of where it came from, he wondered if it had drifted in from the deep sea, or maybe from somewhere even farther away. Rather than touching the strange blob, the man quickly recorded a video and took some photos. He contacted local experts, hoping they could explain what he had found. UFO sighting in Utah. In Utah's Uinta Basin, a security camera captured something unusual. It was a brief flash on the screen, which was gone in an instant. Creepy, right? A group of scientists have reviewed the footage, pausing the video, analyzing it frame by frame. That's when they saw it. A shiny silver orb hovering in the distance. It was barely visible in a single frame. The orb moved in a mysterious manner. Its sudden appearance and swift, erratic motions felt otherworldly. What they thought was just a glitch turned out to be something far stranger. Surprising find in Texas. This man at first thought he had discovered a giant brain lying on the ground. But as he got closer, he realized it was a massive cluster of sluggish worms. These creepy creatures were everywhere, creating a strange and unsettling sight. He grabbed his phone and started recording. The worms, known as tubifex or sewage worms, were living together in a colony, forming a shape that oddly looked like a human brain. These things thrive in muddy, wet areas and help break down organic material, playing an important role in the ecosystem. Despite their gross appearance, they contribute to nature more than you. UFO in clouds.
Да ну нафиг.
Next up, we have this woman who was on a calm morning walk in a meadow. But when she looked up, she saw a large, flat UFO hovering in the clouds.
Офигеть.
Just look how huge that thing looks. It seemed to be moving in the sky. When zoomed in, we can see that it is dark and cylindrical in shape. The woman points towards it. It seems to be moving slowly, but it seems that way because it's far. Considering the distance, it must be moving fast. Could it be that the UFO was after something that the human eye could not see?
Офигеть.
Mysterious square UFO. Back in 2003, something strange happened in the skies over Indiana. People began to notice a very unusual object flying above them. A square UFO. I have seen triangle-shaped ones, but this is the first time I have come across a square one. It was a distinct square shape, which made it stand out from the typical round or saucer-like crafts people usually hear about. The square UFO moved silently in the air. Its motive was unknown. It hovered in the air for several minutes. After a short time, the UFO vanished in the clouds. Alien in fields. In a quiet village in India, farmers were working hard in their fields under the bright sun. Everything was going smoothly until one farmer spotted something strange in the distance. As he looked closer, he was shocked to see an unusual figure standing right in the middle of the field. He decided to walk over for a better look. And that's where he found an alien. The creature had shiny green skin and big eyes. I mean, no human from any part of the world looks like this. The alien seemed harmless, just standing there and taking in its surroundings. Alien skeleton. What's the strangest thing you have come across while jogging? Whatever it was would be nothing compared to this. This person jogging on a deserted road between the hills in Iran came across a large skeleton lying on the roadside. At first, he thought it could be a dog, but its size quickly made him realize it wasn't. The bones were much bigger than any dog he had ever seen. The shape and size of the skeleton looked more like a werewolf. It had very long legs. Or maybe it was an alien animal because the skeleton of the face was not like any animal. Strange noises. One night in Chicago, a woman heard some strange sounds coming from her basement. Curious about what was causing the noise, she decided to go down and take a look. The sounds echoed around, but she couldn't figure out where they were coming from at first. After a careful search, she spotted something odd in a dim corner of the room. It was a pangolin, and it was busy scratching at the wall. This scaly animal is not common in her area. It seemed like the creature was trying to break through, likely in search of ants or insects hiding behind the wall. The woman quickly called in an animal rescue team. They arrived and safely captured the pangolin without any harm. Giant centipede.
¿Tú habías visto uno así de grande?
Now, this next has the potential to make you stop going outside. One morning in Nepal, villagers discovered several of their animals had been killed. After searching the nearby forests for days, they found the culprit, a giant centipede near an abandoned nuclear power plant. It had sharp, menacing legs, confirming it was responsible for the attacks. Just look how creepy it looks. People on Reddit have suggested it could be because of the nuclear radiation in the area. Mysterious black creature. One sunny afternoon, a man was taking a walk in his neighborhood when he spotted something odd moving. He leaned in for a closer look and discovered a strange black creature wriggling about. The thing suddenly stopped moving and seemed to notice him. It paused for a moment, almost like it was deciding whether to come closer or hide. Curious, the man gently called out to it, hoping to capture it, and that's when the creature darted away into the grass, disappearing from view. Ice falling. Ever heard of ice falling from the sky? Yes, ice, not snow. The farmers braced for rain, but what followed left the entire village baffled. Instead of a downpour, massive ice chunks began crashing onto their fields, creating loud thuds as they hit the ground. Villagers gathered around as they were scared that if they got stuck by that, it could be fatal. They were massive, smooth blocks of ice, as if they had fallen from another world. Where did the ice come from? How did it fall in such huge pieces? Goat's Tree Adventure. In India, the villagers were going about their day when they noticed a goat standing at the trunk of the tree and eating leaves. The villagers gathered around. With his hooves gripping the bark, the goat looked like a circus performer showing off his skills. Children laughed and pointed. The goat's balance was impressive. It swayed gently, but never lost his footing. He even chewed on some leaves. For your information, these are actual tree-climbing goats, and not any work of CGI. Strange discovery. Imagine finding a crawling, skinless hand on your bathroom floor. What would you do? One quiet morning in Canada, a man came across something bizarre in his bathroom. At first glance, it looked like a strange blob, but as he inspected it closer, the horror sank in. It resembled a hand. The thing was fleshy, skinless, and crawling. The hand moved weirdly on its own and didn't seem to belong to any known animal. It really looked legendary, like it was of some creature not from this world or even this realm. Nephilim, or unknown creature. In a quiet, isolated area, a massive figure was unexpectedly captured on camera. This giant-like being stood far taller than anything around it, creating a really mysterious sight. The sheer size and presence of the figure left those recording it in disbelief. It was moving slowly. The figure cast long shadows, making it look even more mysterious. Some speculate it could be a modern Nephilim. If you are not aware, this creature is from ancient stories, and while others think it might be an undiscovered cryptid, maybe a mysterious creature science hasn't yet identified, what do you think? Revived woolly mammoth? This video of the woolly mammoth was recently uploaded on the internet. If you are not aware, scientists at Colossal, which is a biotech company in Dallas, are working on an extraordinary project to bring back the extinct woolly mammoth by 2027. They are using advanced gene editing techniques, which has helped the team make significant progress since starting this work in 2021. But it seems like it has already happened. This being looks exactly like the mammoth described in history books. It seems to be eating leaves from a tree. To be honest, it looks exactly like an elephant. So why are scientists spending millions on reviving it? Is there something about this creature that we don't know? Farmer and his giant rooster. In Orlando, there's a farmer who has a very different rooster. This bird isn't your typical chicken, it's huge. Standing tall and proud, it looks like a rare breed that you wouldn't find on every farm. The farmer takes great pride in his giant rooster, showing it off to friends and neighbors. Its feathers are shiny and vibrant, making it stand out even more. The farmer believes that this rooster is not just big, but also special. He often jokes that it could win a beauty contest for chickens. Everyone in the community loves to hear the stories about the rooster's antics and how it rules the roost. This giant bird has become somewhat of a local celebrity. Who knew that one big rooster could capture so much attention and create so much happiness? The mud creature. In an African forest, a strange mud creature has been spotted. This odd being hides in the mud and surprises anyone nearby by popping up suddenly. It has a slippery, slimy body and looks a lot like an octopus, with long, flexible limbs that help it move quickly. Witnesses have reported that this creature can bury itself in the mud, making it hard to see until it decides to come out. Who knows? It might be a type of land octopus, adapting to life away from the ocean. The walking tree. In an Indonesian forest, there's a tree that has an incredible talent. It can walk. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't like how animals move. This tree slowly shifts its place by growing new roots toward the sunlight. As it does this, the old roots lift off the ground and eventually die. People who visit the forest are often amazed by this unique sight. Some say it takes years to see the tree move a lot, while a paleontologist mentions that it can go about 2 or 3 centimeters each day. People wonder what drives it to move. Is it just looking for more sunlight, or is there something more magical about its journey? The walking tree is a great reminder that life is all about reaching for the light, even if it takes a long time. Dogman or werewolf? Many people have reported seeing these elusive beings in various locations, in Hawaii often late at night. Dogmen and werewolves are often described as towering figures, standing between 7 and 9 feet tall when they rise on their hind legs. These creatures are covered in thick fur and have a resemblance to wolves. Yet they walk on 2 legs like humans. Witnesses have noted that their hands resemble ours, but with shorter and broader fingers. Their back legs are shaped like those of a dog, and the tracks they leave behind are similar to dog prints, only larger and more triangular. According to local legends, dogman and werewolf are said to be species of the same genus. Do you think it was a werewolf or a dogman? Alien on beach.
Alien creature on the beach. Isn't that creepy?
Up next, we have this video of a beach in Australia where something strange caught a lifeguard's attention. An unusual alien-like creature washed ashore, and it looked quite creepy. Its odd shape and features people gathered around. The thing was clearly not alive and looked quite decomposed. Just look how long its limbs are. Weird, right? Deer skeleton. One sunny afternoon, a man decided to tidy up his backyard. As he raked through the leaves and debris, he discovered 2 skeletons lying on the grass. At first, he thought they were just the remnants of old animal bones, but upon closer inspection, he realized they looked like the skeletons of deer. The bones were surprisingly well preserved, their shapes clear in the soft earth. He wondered how they had ended up in his backyard. I mean, there's no way the deer came to the backyard, lost its life, and decomposed there. Something must have brought it here. Strange discovery on trail.
I'm hiking in the woods and fall, and I found the freakiest damn thing. I mean, I don't know what this thing is.
What's the weirdest thing have you come across on a trail? Whatever it was, it cannot be stranger than this. While hiking on a trail, a man stumbled and fell over a stick. As he got back up, he noticed something unusual nearby. It was an odd object that resembled a man's face, but was made of a material that felt like leather.
This is the weirdest damn thing, and it feels like leather.
Although it was stiff and rigid, the face looks so strange. I mean, it looks human, but also not really. Strange mutated cow in India. In a small village in India, a man had this cow in his barn. The cow looked nothing like any other animal. I mean, it really seems mutated, like it doesn't belong to this world. Just look closely. The cow's head looked like 2 heads had merged into one. It had 2 mouths and 2 tongues. The features were oddly shaped, with 2 sets of eyes positioned strangely. The people of the village quickly gathered around. It looked like an alien creature. Now, even if the cow was mutated, it looks quite healthy. Creature clinging to pigeon. One morning, a man let his pigeons out of their cage, as he usually did every morning, to let them feed on the ground. However, this time, one of the pigeons started acting oddly, flipping around in a strange way. The person moved closer to see what was happening. It was a small, strange creature clinging to the pigeon. The creature was tiny, much smaller than the pigeon, and it had little hands that seemed to be gripping the bird tightly, almost like it was trying to ride it. If you look closely, the thing looks completely unfamiliar, with an odd shape that looks like a small alien. Mysterious fishing trip. Find. Fishing is all fun and games until you catch something like this. Two friends went fishing by the river. As they walked along the riverbank, they spotted a long, white object lying in the grass. One of them went closer and picked it up. It turned out to be the shedded skin of a snake. When measured, its length was long. It stretched for several feet, much larger than any snake I know at least. What do you think it was?
โอ้ขับงูใหญ่โตมันอยู่ได้ล่ะนี่หมุนปลามันสิเป็ด
Amazon lake creature. This next video will surely make you rethink your tour to the Amazons. A man was peacefully boating on a lake in the Amazon rainforest when he suddenly noticed a large, shadowy figure moving beneath the water. He thought it might be a giant fish, but its shape was different, something he couldn't quite identify. As he watched closely, the mysterious creature began to rise toward the surface. With a loud splash, the creature broke through the water, thrashing about as if it was fighting with another unseen animal. The water rippled violently, and waves crashed against the boat. What even was that thing that made such huge waves? That's far greater than any animal in this area, at least. Strange insect find. Now have a look at this thing a farmer came across one morning on his farm. It's a strange insect lying still on the ground. At first, it looked dead, but as he watched closely, it started moving. The insect lifted its head and then completely removed it from its body. It held its own head in its legs. The farmer couldn't believe what he was seeing. The insect seemed to function normally, even without its head attached. Now that is really crazy. It's time for today's open discussion. During an excavation in a remote area, a team of archaeologists found a real flying saucer. Yes, you heard that right, and it looks absolutely real. According to the detailed comments given by the department, the mysterious object was buried deeper than the ancient mammoth bones they had previously discovered. It looks so mysterious, right? Where did it come? And more importantly, how long has it been there?